Most people spend their entire lives trying to be seen, trying to be understood, trying to be cared for. And the common belief is simple. If you try harder, if you give more, if you prove your worth, eventually people will care. But what if that belief is exactly what's holding you back? Because here's the truth, no one tells you. The moment you accept that no one truly cares, something powerful happens. You stop performing. You stop chasing. You stop bending your life around the expectations of others. You finally begin focusing on the only person who can actually change your life. You. This may sound harsh, even cold, almost the opposite of what we're raised to believe. Society teaches us to please people, to stay liked, to fit in. But the Stoics, men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, knew better. They taught that freedom begins the moment you detach your self-worth from the opinions of others. And here on Stoic Pathway, we bring those ancient truths into the modern world, with thousands of viewers already transforming their mindset by embracing these principles. So in this video, we're not just repeating the typical "stop caring what people think" advice. We're challenging the entire foundation behind it. Because when you finally accept that no one is coming to save you, no one is obligated to care, and no one's opinion holds the power you think it does, everything in your life changes. Let's begin. One of the most profound shifts that happens when you accept that no one truly cares is this. You stop living for applause. Most people don't realize how much of their life is quietly shaped by the need for approval. Posting achievements, asking everyone for advice, second-guessing themselves because they're terrified of being wrong. But validation is a bottomless pit. The more you chase it, the more you lose trust in your own judgment. When you finally let go of this need, something remarkable happens. You begin respecting your own decisions, even the imperfect ones. You start operating from clarity, not fear. So how do you actually practice this? Start small. The next time you face a decision, what project to start, who to date, what path to take, make a choice without announcing it to the world first. Don't ask 5 friends for opinions. Don't wait for someone to say, "Yes, that's a good idea." Decide and stand by it. Another simple exercise. Write down your reasoning before you act. Not to justify it to anyone else, but to remind yourself that your own logic, your own experience, and your own intuition are enough. When doubts show up, and they will, tell yourself the Stoic truth. If it turns out wrong, I will adjust. But I will not surrender my autonomy to avoid discomfort. This is how self-respect is built, one independent choice at a time. And this matters more than you think. Because seeking validation is the first chain that keeps you trapped in caring too much. If every decision requires someone else's approval, your life will never truly belong to you. But when you respect your own decisions, something shifts. You stop being controlled by judgment, and you start shaping your life with intention. This is the foundation for everything that follows. And once you master this, the next transformation becomes even more powerful. A major shift happens the moment you accept that no one truly cares about your failures, your victories, or your personal timeline. They're too busy thinking about their own. And this realization frees you from one of the heaviest burdens of modern life: obsessing over outcomes. Most people live in constant anxiety because they want everything to turn out perfectly. They want guarantees, applause, validation. But Stoicism teaches a paradoxical truth. The more attached you are to the outcome, the weaker you become. The more you focus on what you can control, your effort, your discipline, your attitude, the stronger you grow. Detachment isn't giving up. It's giving your best without letting results define you. Here's how to practice this in a practical, grounded way. When you start a task, working on a business idea, studying for an exam, applying for a job, repeat a simple mantra: my job is effort, the outcome belongs to life. This removes the emotional pressure that makes you freeze. Another exercise: identify the exact things you can control in any situation. Write them down. Your preparation? Yes. Your consistency? Yes. Other people's reactions, timing, luck? No. When the mind sees this separation clearly, anxiety loses its grip. And when disappointment hits, which it will, respond like a Stoic. Review your actions, improve what you can, and release what you couldn't control. This is how mental toughness is formed. Detaching from outcomes matters because without it, your entire emotional life is hostage to circumstances you cannot command. You become reactive instead of grounded, desperate instead of disciplined. But when you shift your focus inward, toward effort, character, and intention, you become something rare. A person who cannot be shaken by wins or losses. And this sets up the next transformation perfectly. Because once you stop clinging to results, you reclaim something far more valuable. Your emotional energy. One of the biggest sources of human frustration is simple. We expect too much. From people, from life, and from ourselves. We expect friends to always show up. We expect others to understand our struggles. We expect support just because we gave it. But when you finally accept that no one is required to care, those unrealistic expectations begin to fall away. And with them, stress, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion disappear too. Most of the emotional pain people carry doesn't come from reality. It comes from the gap between reality and what they hoped it would be. When you remove the fantasy, you stop hurting yourself unnecessarily. Here's how to reclaim your emotional energy in real, practical ways. Start paying attention to the expectations that drain you. Did you assume someone would respond quickly? Did you expect a compliment? Did you expect people to act the way you would act? Each time an expectation pops up, challenge it with a Stoic reminder. No one owes me this. I can only control my own actions. Next, begin giving without attachment. Help people because it aligns with your values, not because you secretly expect gratitude or reciprocity. This alone will free you from half your emotional stress. And when disappointment appears, instead of spiraling, ask, did life fail me, or did my expectations mislead me? This reframes your entire emotional experience. This principle matters because unrealistic expectations are the invisible thieves of your energy. They drain your motivation, distort your judgment, and keep you emotionally reactive. But when you release these expectations, you free up a massive amount of mental space. Space you can redirect toward growth, discipline, and inner stability. And this shift sets up the next transformation. Because once expectations stop controlling your emotions, you become a very different kind of person. Someone who is no longer easy to manipulate. Most people are easier to manipulate than they realize. Not because they are weak, but because they care too much about what others think. The moment someone senses you crave approval, they can influence your emotions, decisions, and even your identity. A single compliment lifts you. A single criticism breaks you. But when you accept that no one genuinely cares enough to define your worth, something powerful happens. You stop giving others emotional leverage. Their praise becomes pleasant, not necessary. Their criticism becomes information, not a wound. And suddenly, people can no longer pull your strings with guilt, shame, or judgment. Here's how to build this inner resistance in your daily life. First, practice neutrality when receiving feedback. If someone praises you, don't overinflate. If someone criticizes you, don't collapse. Respond with a simple, grounded mindset. This is their perspective, not my identity. Next, observe how people try to influence you. Subtle guilt, silent treatment, disapproval, or exaggerated praise. Instead of reacting instantly, create a pause. In that pause, remind yourself, I act from values, not pressure. This breaks the old pattern. You can also set small boundaries. Say no to something trivial. Not to be rebellious, but to teach your mind that you don't need acceptance to function. Every time you stand your ground, your emotional independence grows stronger. This principle is crucial because manipulation thrives on one thing: your fear of being disliked. The more you depend on others' approval, the easier you are to control. But once external opinions lose their power, the game changes. People can't bend you with rejection, lure you with validation, or trap you with guilt. And this transformation prepares you for the final evolution, the discovery of inner peace, not from being accepted, but from mastering yourself. Most people believe peace comes from being liked, understood, or accepted. They think harmony is something granted by the world, through compliments, attention, or validation. But the moment you accept that no one truly cares enough to grant you constant approval, you stop looking outward for peace and begin cultivating it from within. Approval seeking creates endless tension because your emotional state depends on something unstable. People's opinions. Self-mastery, on the other hand, creates stability. It shifts your focus from how do they see me to who am I becoming. And that shift is the birthplace of inner peace. So how do you move from approval seeking to self-mastery? Start by identifying areas where you rely on external permission. Dressing a certain way to fit in, hiding your ideas to avoid criticism, delaying life decisions because someone might disapprove. Choose one of these areas and take a small step driven purely by your own values. Dress for yourself, speak your truth, pursue the path that aligns with your principles. Another practice, build daily rituals that strengthen your internal foundation. Journaling, quiet reflection, disciplined routines. These actions train your mind to look inward for guidance rather than outward for acceptance. And when insecurity rises, remind yourself of the Stoic core lesson. Peace comes from ordering your own mind, not from ordering the opinions of others. This final principle matters because it completes the transformation the entire video has been building toward. Once you stop chasing validation, detach from outcomes, release expectations, and resist manipulation, you create the internal space needed for true peace. Not the fragile peace that depends on being liked, but the resilient peace that comes from self-governance. This is the essence of Stoicism, and the reason accepting that no one cares is not depressing, but liberating. Because when you no longer seek peace from others, you finally discover the only place it has ever lived. Within yourself. When you finally accept that no one truly cares in the way you always hoped they would, life doesn't become colder, it becomes clearer. You stop seeking validation and start trusting your own decisions. You detach from outcomes and anchor yourself in what you can control. You reclaim emotional energy by releasing unrealistic expectations. You become harder to manipulate because external opinions lose their grip. And ultimately, you discover a deeper, quieter peace, the kind that comes from self-mastery, not approval. This entire journey isn't about becoming indifferent or emotionless. It's about reclaiming ownership of your mind, your choices, and your life. When you stop begging the world to care, you free yourself to become someone the world cannot ignore. Disciplined, grounded, and unshakable. If anything in this video resonated with you, take it as a sign, not to withdraw from life, but to step into it with more clarity and less fear. Because the day you stop living for applause is the day you finally begin living for purpose. And if you want more videos like this, more Stoic lessons, more mental clarity, more strategies for becoming a stronger version of yourself, make sure you like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and leave a comment telling me which principle hit you the hardest. Your engagement helps this message reach more people walking the same path. Thanks for watching Stoic Pathway, where ancient wisdom meets modern strength. Until next time, stay steady, stay disciplined, and stay on the path.